Hey now, you don't even seem to understand the show. You just ruin everything. You got to be funny in here. I can't wait for you guys to see this on Howard TV.
Daily shows, classics, and exclusive behind-the-scenes access.
Well, that's going to be on Howard TV.
The funniest, sexiest, most star-studded network on TV is Howard TV On Demand.
Hey Stern fans, welcome to Fine Time, the show where you, the fans, get the opportunity to ask questions and interact with your favorite Stern Show staffers, whack packers, and celebrity superfans. I'm your host, Rachel Fine. Now, my guest today first came to the Stern Show as an intern, but today he is a full-time member of the staff. Now, over the years, we've learned about lots of things that he hates. For instance, cougars, mean people in the back office, spelling, Howard's refusal to take a chance on certain guests like John Hamm or Jason Statham, or of course the Black Keys. We also know that he is a great artist. He's a huge fan of music. He loves beer pong. He knows lots about comic books, and he is the host of The Intern Show. Now, if you are a smoking hot chick, but you don't happen to enjoy George Clooney films, then I'm sorry, but you're just not his type. Please help me in welcoming to our set today, Mr. Steve, don't you dare call me an intern, Brandano. Hi.
That's quite an intro.
Well, thank you, sir.
And very professional,
too. Thank you.
I like it.
I appreciate that.
By the way, it's a pleasure to be here on Fine Time.
Well, I'm really happy that you're here. It's this is long overdue, sir.
Yes, I agree. but thank you.
My pleasure. We got lots of questions for you. You ready?
Awesome.
I'm going to jump right in.
Okay.
Mark M. asks, why are you such an opinionated dick? Also, what exactly is your job on the show?
Okay, I have an answer for both of those questions. The first question, why am I an opinionated dick, is because you only hear me when Howard thinks I'm being ridiculous, or the staff thinks I'm being ridiculous.
I'm sitting there, I'm listening to him, and he's just a douchebag. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
So I talk plenty in the office about a lot of things. You only hear me when I'm upset about something, because that's when Howard finds me interesting enough to bring in, I guess.
You're such a f***ing jealous guy. Go get yourself checked into a f***ing psychiatrist.
So, yeah, it's not that I hate a bunch of things or that I'm super opinionated. You just only hear me when, you know, I'm really going at it, I
Your
guess.
real personality is diluted to the opinionated dick moments.
Exactly.
I gotcha.
Exactly. And what do I do on the show? I answer the phones during Howard's show, throughout the show. I do research that I then give to Will, who does research for Howard, on every guest that's coming in. And then someone put it as a utility player, a sixth man. I like that. I kind of know how to do most of the stuff that needs to be done in the back office, so when somebody else can't do it, they know that I'm there, therefore we're always covered.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Luke T asks, are you a mean drunk?
I don't drink anymore, actually.
At all?
No, that's not true. And I don't want to say, like, I don't drink anymore, but...
you just said I don't drink
Yeah,
anymore.
I know, and I'm retracting that. I'm saying I will have a beer out and about to prove that I'm not like a guy that doesn't drink, to prove that I'm normal. You know what I'm saying?
So just bowing to peer pressure to prove...
No, it's not peer pressure. I don't want to go out on a date with a girl that's not drinking.
Even though you don't drink yourself?
Well, I guess I do drink, but I don't drink a lot at all.
Should we start this whole question over?
No, I
mean,
I haven't.
This right now, Steve.
I haven't been drunk in over a year.
Okay.
At least.
So you socially have one here or there. You wouldn't date
Exactly.
someone who doesn't have one here or there.
Right. I think that's weird. And that's why I will have a drink, just to be like,
just to
I'm
not be weird.
Yeah.
When
But
you were drunk, were you mean?
No, again, this is one of the huge things with the Howard Stern show is like, yeah, you're only gonna hear about it when we do something stupid. So I can only go off of the only times there's been called out on the show was when I flipped out on Ganji during the beer pong tournament.
Right.
Ganji, you're a fucking you. You.
Oh, hey guys! Oh, everybody! Hold on! Why? You got another interview to do, Ganji? Hold on. Ganji's got another interview to do. Hold on. What? Thank you, Ganji. Thank you for ruining my shot, Ganji. Thank you.
And that was, we played beer pong for Howard TV. They had us there all day, and they took time to do interviews, and they dragged out this thing. And then in the last game that's important, they said, hey, whoever makes the next cup is going to win. Not, hey, whoever wins this is going to win. We ran out of time, next cup wins. And I was like, F that, basically. And flipped out. And yes, I was drunk, and so...
Wasn't but Ganji's 20-minute interview before the show, we would be fine. What, Ganji? Tell us how it's going to go, Ganji.
Is it more that you're a mean beer pong player than a mean drunk? Is that really the issue? It's about beer pong integrity?
I don't want to lose a game of beer pong because Ganji said you got next cup wins. That's not... If you're in the 6th inning of the World Series and someone goes next run wins, I think the team would be pretty mad about that. Both teams.
Fair point. John R. asks, do you think the term cougar is still used incorrectly?
Luckily for America, I think we've gotten out of the cougar phase.
Really?
Yeah. That I really haven't heard it at all.
What about
recently.
the Cougar Life is our sponsor on the show?
Well, I can't talk about that because what I would say would be very disparaging, and I wouldn't want to disparage a sponsor.
But I'm just bringing up that it's still as relevant as the show. I mean, it's on the show, so it's being used.
I would think
incorrectly.
I would think that yeah, I don't know how to touch that. But no, the cougar problem is not as big as it was.
It's given an excuse for ugly, divorced, lonely women to come to bars that I'm going to. I can hook up with a decent-looking 20-year-old. I don't want these old, ugly women in here. Hey, boys, I'm a cougar. I'm telling you, this is going to bring us down.
And you said in your intro that I hate cougars. That is not the case. I don't hate cougars. I just am not interested in them at all.
You're not interested in cougars. It's not about the term being used correctly or incorrectly.
No, at the time, it was. Like, we would have a 24-year-old intern in our office saying, oh, that 20-year-old, he's hot. I'm a cougar. No, you're not a cougar. A cougar is an older woman.
There's a certain number of years.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be a 24-year-old cougar just because you think a boy is cute. And that was one of my problems or things that I get worked up about was you're not using that term correctly.
Got
and
it.
We weren't as a show and society wasn't. And now people have gotten over older women.
For society's clarification, how many years does a cougar define itself
You have to
by?
be an old woman, first of all.
Okay, over.
So you have to be 50, I would say. Maybe if you're beat up, late 40s.
Okay.
But I would say 50 and over. And then you have to be attracted or sleeping with a guy who is below his 30s. I would say that's fine cougar territory.
There you have it, America. Question from John K. John asks, what are some things that you do for the show that we as fans don't necessarily know about or get to see?
Oh, I think the notes is a big thing. I mean, I don't even know that people know that Will does the notes, you know what I mean? But every guest that comes in, we do notes on. Now, Will does a substantial amount. I'm not trying to claim that I do as much as Will does. But there's certain stuff that gets used. Gary, I'm one of 4 guys in the back office. John Hine, Jason Kaplan, Will Murray, and myself. And of course, Gary. Many times, Gary comes out and asks the 4 of us, I'm thinking this, what do you guys think? And we talk as a group, and Gary brings it into Howard. He doesn't say, well, Steve Brandano thought this, but he comes in and brings it in. Same with pitching guests. I think this guy would be great on the show. Here's why. He goes and brings it to Howard. I've read a ton of books of people that have come in and done the notes on them. So, besides notes, though, when you hear about a GP1 or 2, a lot of times I put up those clips. There's a lot of stuff going on in our office that I get to Howard through Gary.
Gotcha. You're a gatekeeper of that.
Gary.
Well, Gary's the gatekeeper.
Yes.
You are behind the gate.
Right.
Question from Justin F. Justin asks, why are you such a Napoleonic bitch?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. That means that I'm small, right?
That's my assumption.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm 5'8". I would say that's average. So I maybe have an average complex.
You have an average.
I don't know. But again, this all goes to you only hear me when I'm getting worked up on the air, you know? And so I don't know. Many of these questions seem to be like you're entitled or whatever. Like, I don't really know where people are getting this from. If it's the Black Keys thing, like yelling at Howard.
Tell me something about the Black Keys I care about. Tell me something.
I can pull up the notes
Tell
that
me
we've
something
had.
right now. You're a fan.
Besides the fact that they're the biggest band in the country.
They're not the biggest band in the country.
They certainly are. And you're in
Being
here
the
always
biggest
going,
band-
oh,
being
there's
the
no
biggest
rock
band-
music these days. Oh, I got to
There
listen
is
to all
rock
this
music.
stuff.
Nobody cares about it anymore, Steve. It's a dying industry. People laugh at these fucking kids up on stage now instead of worshiping
No
them.
one laughs at the Black Keys.
I would ask the people, like, do you want someone to say something in the back office, get called in here, and then be like, oh no, Howard, you're right, that makes a lot of sense? Or you want them to stand up for what they're saying? Because anytime that I come through the door into the studio here, I feel like somebody, whether it was Howard saying come in here or Gary saying Steve has something that he wants to say, they've said, all right, I think this is good for the air. And I don't want to half-ass it, and I don't want to come in and just say, oh no, you're now that I think of it, you're right. That makes a lot of sense. Like, I'm going to stick to what I was saying. And I think you would hate me a lot more. Well, you wouldn't hear me at all if I wasn't opinionated, I guess.
That's who makes you who you are.
Yeah.
Andrew K asks, how do you feel about being the poster boy for the Black Keys as far as Howard is concerned?
That's an excellent question, because it's very... something that I dislike about the show is that you just get... like, this is your thing now. The Black Keys, I think, are a very big band. There are bands that I love and have seen, like, upwards of 50 times that I love way more than the Black Keys. The Black Keys are a huge band right now that I do like a lot and think are awesome.
I don't listen to the Black
Just have them
Keys.
come in and play some songs. You, again, like I said in the clip, you have Maroon 5 in here, and you're like, how do you
Why do I
play
have
the
Maroon
piano
5?
like that? Because they're very popular. I get that. And I like Matt Nathanson, too. People know the Black Keys. It's crazy.
It's not.
It's crazy that you think people don't know the Black Keys.
But more importantly, they're fans of the Howard Stern Show, and I think that it would be good for our show to have them on. So this is what people don't understand. I think people think that I'm in the back saying, hey, you should have on Soul Live or Humphreys McGee or bands that I love, and I just got pulled. Like, I know that Soul Live doesn't work for the Howard Stern Show. The Black Keys do, and that's why I made such a big deal about it. And mark my words, you will be seeing the Black Keys on the Howard Stern Show. That's not an exclusive. I'm just saying they're big enough that Howard is gonna realize that he's wrong at some point. He won't apologize to me, but he'll realize.
Okay, noted. DZ asks, would you ever sell your artwork of the staff to the fans, and who is your favorite staffer to draw?
That's an awesome question. Thank you, DZ, because they must like my artwork, I guess. Another thing about the Howard Show that I'm always like confused about or don't really like is I think people make money off of Howard. And a while ago when I started, or maybe it was just from listening to the show, I know that Howard doesn't like that. I know that Howard doesn't like us talking to guests out in the hallway. There are plenty of people that I would know that I could go up to when they're on the Howard Stern Show and be like, hey man, just Adam Carolla, hey man, I listen to your show every day, huge fan, get it on, nice to meet you, have a good time in there. I could do that and not get yelled at. But I don't do that because I know that Howard wouldn't like that. I know that's not what you do. So as much as I'd like to make money selling artwork of people that I've drawn here, I don't think Howard would like that. I don't think that's right to do here, so I don't do it. The thing that sucks is there's no reward for that whatsoever. And I'm not saying there should be. I'm just saying with many things in my life, I act like this is the right thing to do, and there's no reward for doing the right thing ever. There just isn't.
You sleep better at night. And who's your favorite? Who's your favorite staffer to draw?
My favorite staffer to draw is John Hine. I don't know why, but when I draw, John Hine has a very you know, when you're drawing, it's all circles and boxes. And John has a very boxy face, and it lets him do. I can make him look like a superhero very easily, like the square chin and like. So I've drawn some. I like my John Hine drawings, and I think John does too because it makes him look like, I don't know, he's kind of superhero.
I want a portrait someday, Steve.
Girls are very difficult to draw.
Let's see what you can do.
All right.
Question from Brandon S. Brandon asks, do you think that Howard likes you? He usually seems to give you a hard time whenever you're in the studio.
Another good question. To be perfectly honest, no. I think I don't think Howard dislikes me. I think better between like or dislike. I think I annoy Howard.
I don't want to see their show canceled. I just think it's going to kill all of us if they keep going the way that it's going.
It sounds like you want it canceled.
No, yeah, because I don't want to come in here and go cancel the show that my friends are doing. It's their show and it's good.
You're saying you don't want it canceled, but you think it should be canceled.
No, I'm saying I want us to all be friends.
Well, how can you be
over
friends
everything? If that means canceling the show, then that's what I would want.
You annoy me. He annoys me.
But I don't want to come say cancel my friend's show.
Right.
Again, probably because he only hears me when I'm worked up with stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. I feel like Howard is annoyed by me. You can hear when he. Sometimes he'll. This is what gets me the worst of anything, is when it will have nothing to do with me, but I will be mentioned, and he says my name like this. He goes, Steve Brandano.
Steve Brandano thinks it's a party.
That's the way he does it. Steve Brandano. Like, that's the way he says my name. Like, it hurts him, or he's got a bad taste in his mouth when he says my name.
Steve Brandano is calling Pharrell. Steve Brandano's an intern.
And get back to artwork. I did this was the most. When he makes fun of me, it never bums me out. It usually makes me feel like, oh, I was a part of the show today, you know? Like, he didn't call me Steve the intern. He said Steve Brandano, like, cool. I did artwork, and I did a blog, and they put it on the howardstern.com. And I always thought, like, you know, you watch him talk to a piano player up here, and he's like, how do you do that? And it's just like, he's just playing the piano, man. Like, Howard gets impressed by stuff that he can't do or doesn't do supremely well, like most of the stuff he does. And I thought I made the mistake in my head of building up his reaction to my artwork. Like, I thought he was going to be like, wow, you know, I thought this kid was a lummox, but look at him, he's actually got some talent in there. And when he talked about it, he said, yeah, I don't know, Steve Brandano, I guess he thinks he's an artist or something, his artwork's up there. And I was just like, oh man, like, I really thought, like, he was gonna be like, wow, how about that? And he was just like, yeah, I don't even know that he looked at it, but that was the thing that's bummed me out the most of anything in my 7 years here, definitely. It was, you know.
We need an art critic to come on and maybe evaluate your stuff.
Maybe.
Just a thought. Question from Elise C. Elise asks, did you ever think that your internship would turn into a full-time job with Howard? And if that hadn't happened, what would you be doing now?
Well, now I'm just going to sound like an asshole if I wasn't complaining about Howard in my drawings. But, yes. As a matter of fact, the guy that was my advisor at UMass, he, like, tells the story all the time. I've done a bunch of things with him, too, with, like, help out UMass stuff. But I went into his office, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting an internship at the Howard Stern Show, and I'm going to get a job there. And he was like, all right, you're not the first person that said that, and I don't know, I got a job there. If I didn't, I wanted to be in radio, mostly because I wanted to go to concerts for free and get to interview bands. Then the Howard Stern Show is the place to be in radio, so that was obviously number one. But I had other morning radio internships lined up in Boston, and I think I would have done the same thing that I did here, which was find where there was a hole and get at it, you know? So I think I would have done that. If not, I probably would have gone out to LA and tried to get a PA job somewhere or whatever. I was playing a lot of music in college and doing comedy, like goofy songs, and I was getting traction with that, so I might have given that a try, most likely.
Excellent. Question from Angelo V. Angelo asks, F, marry, kill, Beth, Rachel, and Lisa G. Explain your answers.
Oh, it's easy. Kill Lisa G, marry Beth, and F Rachel. There's no question to that at all. Kill Lisa G is easy. You should have picked somebody else in there. So shame on whoever that was.
Angelo.
And Beth seems like a sweetheart. I've met her a bunch of times, like at the Christmas party and stuff like that. If she doesn't know who I am, she pretends to, and I like that. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, F Rachel, and I'm not even going to look at you. I was very nervous about this interview itself because, one, because your husband's like, I know he's going to see this. This is if he's not watching it right now. And also, the other day, it was one of my high horse moments where I was upset with Jason Kaplan about how he had a list of, he knows which staff wives he would F. Like, he has a list. And I was like, that's like the most awful thing I've ever heard. That means every time you meet one of these wives or girlfriends, you go, all right, where would I put her on the list of people I was gonna F? And then I was like, no, there's no one here that I think about like that. There's no one, when I meet Will's wife, I'm not thinking about effing her, and that's not a shot at her. It's just like, I'm not thinking about effing people's wives. And then on my walk home, I was like, oh, Rachel, fine. I don't even have a leg to stand on anymore, and I was hoping that Jason wouldn't remember that.
I think it's really sweet. Thank
Okay.
you. I take it as a compliment. It doesn't bother me.
Well, yeah, it
Thank
is a
you.
compliment, but still, I'm ashamed at myself for thinking this way about you.
I'm totally fine with it.
Right.
I want to thank Steve for taking the time to answer the questions that you, the fans, submitted. Keep sending your questions in. You can tweet them, you can Facebook them, you can send a video submission and be a part of the show. And remember, this is your show, so don't screw it up. Until next time, I'm Rachel Fine, and I hope you had a fine time. Was this a fine time?
Yeah, now I realize you can't change it to Wilson time. That doesn't.
Yeah, I got to
it
stick with
doesn't-
fine time. It doesn't
work.
have the same catchy.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This was great.
I think you did good. I think you said a lot of mortifying things that will haunt you forever.
All right, just another day.
You don't even seem to understand the show. You just ruin everything. You got to be funny in here. I can't wait for you guys to see this on Howard TV.
Daily shows, classics, and exclusive behind-the-scenes access.
Well, that's going to be on Howard TV.
The funniest, sexiest, most star-studded network on TV is Howard TV On Demand.
Hey, James Franco is here, so I'm going to take a little break. Then we're going to talk to him about his career. Dude's done some good movies. Milk.
He's had a really incredible career, and he doesn't live necessarily in Hollywood. You know, that's an
Where's he
interesting
live?
thing, too. I think he lives here in New York.
He does?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. He's going to Yale. Imagine James
Well, now
Franco's
he's
in your
up in
class.
Connecticut.
Yeah. I remember the guy from Weezer was going to Yale, too. I said, that's got to be weird when you go to class and Weezer's there.
Right.
Remember him?
Well, do you think he's doing that just so he can date co-eds?
Who? James? He can date whoever the fuck he wants. He didn't need to go to college. And he taught a class at NYU. He's a bright guy.
Right, yeah. Well, who knows what the class was? It could have been
Acting.
photography or
Right.
something like that.
Oh, like that's easy.
No, just saying it's not physics.
Well, maybe he was teaching physics.
Then I'd be impressed.
Right. All right. Anyway, we're going to talk to James Franco next, right after these words.
How you doing, James? Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Good morning. I'm sure you heard Howard talking you up a little bit with Robin.
Yeah.
Just wanted to gauge your feelings. How are you doing going into this interview?
I'm fine. I don't know. I'm a little nervous, but I'll make the best of it.
Cool. All right, man. We'll see you in the studio.
All right.
He was on the show before, right? Am I right?
We don't think so.
I never remember that.
I remember him sitting on a couch.
Zero recollection.
At
Jason-
K-Rock?
What's that?
At K-Rock?
I don't think so.
almost positive.
You guys look it up?
We did.
I've looked at. I haven't
Wow.
seen it.
All right, James Franco is here. He's got a new movie out, Spring Breakers. I could have sworn.
Sounds like a comedy.
I think they were on. I think they were plugging Pineapple Express together.
Weren't you? Everyone's telling me you were never on before. I know you were.
No, you're wrong, Howard.
You've never been on before?
No. So good to
I
meet
didn't
you.
think so. I wouldn't forget that.
I feel I know you.
Maybe you've talked about me a lot.
Maybe it's from your
I know
movies.
Seth has been on. But,
That's been on a lot.
Yes.
How you doing, man?
Good.
You live in New York?
I sort of. I live all over, but I have a place here.
You got a place here and a place in L.A.? Is that how we're working it?
Yeah. I've got a very small place here, so I'm not. It's not like an extravagant.
Not like your permanent home.
But you say L.A. like you're disappointed that you live in L.A.
Well, I lived in L.A. for 10 years. I grew up in Northern California in Palo Alto. Then I went to L.A. to go to UCLA. I dropped out after a year.
Wait a second. Back up for a second.
Yeah.
You grew up in Palo Alto, California.
Yeah, you know it?
Yeah, I know it. And, I mean, I kind of know it. I don't know it. But
You're here all the
when
time.
you went to UCLA to study acting, your parents basically threw you out of the house and disowned you kind of thing? Or wouldn't pay for it?
Right. Well, no, the story is in high school, I was interested in art, acting, and literature. My father was in business. He had gone to Stanford and Harvard for business and mathematics. So he had dreams that I would become a mathematician.
Aye.
When I didn't do that, the compromise was that I'd study English at UCLA.
Right.
As soon as I got to LA, I saw that half the city was in the movie business, and I thought, now's the time to try. And I wasn't in the theater program at UCLA, so at the time, I thought I could only do one. I couldn't do school and acting. So I dropped out of school and I went to acting school.
So let me understand something. The old man's like a genius type, right?
He's pretty smart. He was smart, yeah.
Is he dead now?
Yeah.
Okay. And when they gave you all these edicts, were you good in math in high school?
I was good. Well, I mean, because he pushed me. So that's what he taught me and my brothers. So I tested very, very well on the SAT in math. And
what'd you get on your SAT? You could.
I've never talked about it, but
I want to know.
I did.
Did you get an 800
on the math? No, close.
7 what?
7 something good.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Hey, you're a brilliant guy.
Well,
but you understand the old man was kind of like looking out for you. He was like, "Hey, don't become an actor." Did you act in high school? Were you in the school play and all that?
At the end.
Isn't it weird how you never even take an interest in that thing, but you might have it in your head that one day you'll be an actor?
I was always interested, but right. I was
shy.
I was shy, and it's if you don't kind of do it regularly, breaking that ice and just doing it for the first time can be very hard.
Scary.
Yeah. So I love film. I'd go to plays in San Francisco to see plays in San Francisco all the time, but actually getting up and trying to do it was a very scary thing.
What was the play in high school that you first went into?
So that story is I needed an excuse to kind of, just push me into it. So I had a girlfriend that was in the drama department. She was asked to do a one-act play that one of her fellow students had written that happened to be like a romantic play, and they were going to kiss on stage. And I was pissed that this guy wrote this play and then asked her to be in it. It seemed like a real play, for my girlfriend. And so I begged her not to do it, and she smartly didn't listen to me. I mean, I was being, You
were being a dick.
I was being a little immature, yeah.
Right.
So as revenge, in my mind, I thought, okay, you're going to go do that, then I'll show you, and I'll act to get, as revenge.
Well, I'll show you.
Yeah. But actually, it worked out really well. I got the leads in the last 2 plays of the year, so it was.
Were you a popular guy in high school? Like, because you're a good-looking dude, so I figured that always works in your favor.
I guess you could say I was popular, although
Athlete?
I tried. Yeah. I played football my freshman year and then dropped from the team.
Right.
And I played soccer, but not really competitive.
But you were getting laid in high school, and you had girlfriends and all that stuff.
I had a girl. I mean, I had this girlfriend. Her name was Jasmine for 2 years.
Where's she now? Do you friend her on Facebook or anything?
I don't do Facebook, but
why not? It's not cool.
Got to find Jasmine.
Yeah, don't you want to hook up with that Jasmine? Like just to,
I'm in
out?
touch with Jasmine.
Are you?
Yeah. So
is she like, oh, I want you back, please? You're this huge movie star now. I want you so badly. She wants you.
No, I mean it's more like she became really friendly with my mom, who still lives in Palo Alto. So she's now like a family friend.
So when your old man, what did your old man exactly say to you when you got into UCLA? Okay, you can study English.
Yeah.
I want you to be a mathematician because there's tons of dough in that, which, you know, you could have been an actuary and make a ton of fucking dough, right?
An actuary.
Of course.
Sounds exciting.
My dad said to me, you should be an actuary. And I went, do you see that I get an F in math? I didn't even know what 4 times 7 was.
Well, it sort of blew up in his face a little bit because I had tested so well in high school. I tested out of having to take any of the required math classes at UCLA.
Wow.
So actually, after high school, I never took another math class.
I mean, it probably was tempting in some aspect to go into math and make a ton of money, too, because it was a safe career for you. You're good at it, and there's tons of, they need people who are good at math.
I guess I wasn't really thinking that way. I wasn't thinking, oh, I need a career to make money. I guess I always thought I want to do what I love, and that was.
Did you grow up wealthy?
Well, we lived in Palo Alto. I mean, we weren't on like the top scale of Palo Alto, but we were in one of the best cities in the country.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your old man was so smart. And then you clearly got the brains too, because aren't you like a professor or something at NYU and all? I mean, aren't you taking multiple classes?
Yes, I went to...
Which degree are we working on now?
What are we working on now?
Okay, so the way it worked out was I dropped out of UCLA. I went to acting school.
Did the old man want to kill you when you dropped out of UCLA?
I mean, that story... at the time it seemed like it, and they said they were supporting me when I was at UCLA. When I left, they said we're not going to support you.
So you went to work at McDonald's, right?
Yes.
How was that?
It was very interesting, and I have a lot of stories from it. And I've actually it's given me a lot of material to write about, and
What were you, a cook or a cashier?
I worked the drive-through. So there's 2 stations for the drive-through: the guy that takes the order and takes the money, and then the people that give you the food.
Is that the prestige job?
I think that's the lowest. They didn't want me at the front counter.
Why not? Were you just a goofball?
I mean, it was really my first job that I took seriously. In high school, I had a job at the golf course, and I drive the cart in the driving range. But I'd read books as I was driving the cart.
Right.
And I got fired for that. And then...
Do you still have your uniform from McDonald's?
I
Is there
wish.
a uniform?
It might be in storage. It might be in storage. I kept, everything I had...
Did you have to wear the hat?
Yeah, but we had... For some reason, we had, like, purple hats. We didn't have, like, the cool paper hats.
Must be a California thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
It was their new look, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing to think... Like, they should have you on a commercial for McDonald's. Like, hey, I worked here. I bet you they could get a lot of actors who used to work there and do a whole campaign. Pretty cool.
This is the jumping off point for becoming a huge star?
Eddie Murphy worked at McDonald's, too?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think
kidding.
When I worked there at the time, I was like, oh, Eddie did it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
This is where all the celebrities work.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who else worked there? Kim Jong-un, the president of North Korea, or whatever he is, dictator for life. So you're at UCLA, you leave there, and now you're working at a McDonald's. Do you ever say to yourself, you know what? I'm a fucking idiot. Like, what am I doing? I was at UCLA, now I'm at McDonald's.
Yeah, I think there was a moment where I remember a phone call with my dad, and basically he said that, like, look at what you're doing. You're at McDonald's.
Did you guys have a falling out to the point where he wouldn't talk to you for a while, or you wouldn't talk to him? Like, was there a whole big drama there?
No, it was never that, and possibly because I actually didn't have to work at McDonald's for that long. I think I only worked there about 2 or 3 months.
Then you got a job?
And then I got a job on a
soap opera?
No, my very first paying acting job was
Freaks and Geeks.
No, way before that was a Pizza Hut commercial, but it was a Super Bowl commercial.
Nice.
So it paid pretty well. They had some CG version of Elvis, like singing about the deep dish pizza, and I got paid, and really I never had to get another job again. I could support myself on acting from that point on.
Isn't that awesome? I mean, you know,
So
commercials
your
pay
parents
well. Yeah.
got to see your success. Did your dad take back what, you know?
Everything with him is fast food. Like his first job was McDonald's, and then he got a pizza
I
commercial.
noticed that,
If it
yeah.
wasn't for
But
fast
did
food,
your-
you'd be a failure.
Early days.
Did your dad say that, you know, he was wrong and you were right?
Son, you were right. I was wrong.
Actually, yeah. I mean, as time went on and they saw that I could support myself.
That's all anyone asked for.
Yeah, a lot of that pressure was relieved because I guess they look at the percentages of actors, young kids that go to L.A. and that make it, and they were very scared.
Sure.
Being a mathematician, he would know that.
Exactly.
But meanwhile, I would have said, "Hey, Dad, I'm never going to count again. I'm never going to use my math skills. That's it."
There's something
What'd you get on the algebra regions? I got 100.
Well, I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Oh, you don't have regions?
They don't have regents necessarily.
Oh, New York, they have regions. They give you these tests, and you get, I don't even understand it, but they gave us a test, and I got 100. And don't ask me how to this day.
You
I got 100. I aced it.
Nice.
Algebra.
Nice.
Look at me.
That stuff is like gone from my mind. Yeah. I mean, I totally respect it, and I wish, like, I did have to take a couple. I went back to UCLA, and I had to take a bunch of general education classes. So I had to take.
When do you go back? When you're already working?
After about 7 or 8 years of working as a
Where were you at career-wise yet? Like, what have you done? Freaks and Geeks?
So here's what happened. Yeah, I did the commercial. I did a couple guest spots on Pacific Blue, which is like Baywatch on bicycles.
Yeah, who was in that?
I don't know who was in that.
Were you depressed?
It might have had Mario Lopez from Saved by the Bell. He might have been on that. I think
big star, yeah.
And then I did.
Is he a nice guy or is he a douche?
Mario's nice actually.
Guy,
he does interviews, I think, for E! Now. Or something.
Right.
Yeah, one of those shows.
He's cool. He's a boxer too. I knew him from this boxing gym that I trained at.
You box?
I did a horrible boxing movie about
what movie?
8 years ago.
Did I see that?
Probably not.
You know what fucking movie I love that you did?
What?
The one where you're stoned in. I keep forgetting the name of it.
Your Highness.
Your Highness.
You like that movie?
I love it, and so does Jimmy Kimmel. He's the only other guy I ever found. I love that. I love that fucking movie. It's the funniest movie. It's these guys. They're high, but it's medieval times.
Well, that's basically how the idea for the movie came.
It's hysterical.
David Gordon Green and Danny McBride went to college together. They went to film school together.
Right.
And they used to play a game where they'd sit around and you just come up with titles for movies. And so it was Your Highness. And they're like, oh yeah, a knight that is high and fights dragons.
And it's funny as hell. And it got trashed in the reviews.
Yeah.
People didn't get it. I giggled the whole time.
I think it was a tricky. There were a lot of tricky things about it. Somehow spoofing a fantasy film.
It's hysterical.
It's tricky. Like they did it well with Monty Python, but since then.
Because people who love fantasy films need real fantasy, and you guys are goofing on it. But I don't know. Because I think those movies are so funny. Yeah. When you're in a movie like that, when you went to see it, like after it's all done, did you say, "Oh shit, this is a real turkey," or did you think it was good?
I thought it was okay.
Yeah. Were you nervous, career-wise?
That came. No, I mean, not really. I mean, that came at a weird moment because.
Hadn't you done Milk just and gotten like the Academy Award or something?
No, the writer and Sean Penn got the Oscars.
You didn't get an Oscar for that?
No.
You weren't nominated?
No, I was nominated for 127 Hours. So thank you.
Right? Yeah.
Did you win for 127 Hours?
No.
Who won that year?
King's Speech, Colin Firth.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah. You did a good job at 127 Hours, though, man. Right? Don't you think?
Thank you. Well, I mean, that
fucking lunatic who was climbing those rocks.
That was a crazy, movie.
Would you ever be like that in real life and climb a rock? I wouldn't.
No. I don't do anything. I don't do much athletic stuff.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
That's why I've got a tuchus filled with cellulite.
But
well, don't you worry. You don't sit around worrying about your looks.
What's that?
You don't sit around worrying about your looks and saying, "Oh, I have to go to the gym." And
I mean,
You work out?
I
Beef up?
I have my own little routine. I do about like 15 minutes a day. I do the minimum because I don't want to go Brando, but
Yeah, but you got to stay in shape, dude. You're a leading man.
All right, so I do pay a little attention. I have my little sit-up routine and that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah? What do you do, like intense workout? What do you bench?
It's not that
15 minutes,
no,
he said.
15 minutes.
Did you bench more than 95?
You can
That's
hardly
what
warm up in
I haven't
that
done a
time.
bench press since high school.
I bench 95. If I could do that 10 times.
That's
Thanks. You should
You and
see
me
me.
would be good gym partners.
At the gym, I act like I have a bad back. So
I need a
girls,
spot.
you know, when girls are looking at me, my trainer spots me at 95 pounds, and I go, by the way, I hurt my back. I say it really loud. You know? But I can do some pull-ups and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty good on that.
No, you look thin. I mean, it looks like you could do a lot of
I'm
pull-ups.
fat thin. Like, I take my clothes off, and
Skinny.
there's a belly and tits.
My brother, has a word. It's word for that. It's called skinny fat.
You're skinny fat. That's me. Yeah, it's such a mess. But you know, man, I'm losing it all. That's all. I hit the wall like at puberty. So wait, get back to your life.
Okay.
So you're working at McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
You get the fucking career going with the pizza commercial.
Yeah.
Then what's the big break? Freaks and Geeks?
Yes, exactly. I did another guest spot on The Profiler. Was a show with Robert Davi. Do you know who that is? Robert
No.
Davi. He played
Great character actor.
I heard of
he's
Abu
in the
Dhabi.
Goonies. You know the Goonies?
Yeah.
He's one of the villains in the Goonies.
Oh, okay.
And he's actually like, I think he sings opera or something. He's won some Grammys or something, but he's got a kind of severe face. He plays villains a lot.
He's got a skin condition.
Okay.
That's a severe face.
That's a nice way of saying.
Thanks for saying it.
Yeah, I
Ryan.
like
So,
that though. I know a lot of dudes with severe faces.
But I want to give him credit because I was doing The Profiler, and and it was pilot season, and he worked on the sides for Freaks and Geeks with me for the audition.
Ah.
And I went in, and I met Judd Apatow and Paul Feig, the guys that created that.
Those are the right guys to meet.
Yeah, but they were, Paul had really done nothing at that point. He was an actor. He did like Sabrina the Teenage Witch and stuff like that. So he wasn't anywhere at that
Isn't
point.
that so much of Hollywood though? Like you got to kind of schmooze and know people and like get to know like the good writers and all that stuff. I mean, it's a pain in the ass career, isn't it?
Well,
like you don't have to audition anymore, right?
No, not really. But with Paul, I mean, I think if you know Judd, Judd is a guy that really gives people, shots. So if you know Judd, you don't have to go through all the, hassle of kind of schmoozing in Hollywood.
So Freaks and Geeks is the big break, right?
Yeah, it was the first good thing I did. But I didn't understand what a great opportunity it was at the time. I kind of thought, oh, all right, not every show, but maybe this will happen all the time. And in hindsight, it was like great actors. It was Seth Rogen's first acting job. You had great writers like Mike White, who's gone on to do like this HBO show.
So you're good friends with Seth still?
Yeah.
You guys did Pineapple Express together and all that.
Well, we have another movie coming out this year.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So we reteamed years later for Pineapple Express, and
that made a ton of dough, right?
Yeah, it did really well.
How much money did that make?
Great movie. Oh my God.
I don't even know how much it did. I mean, it was cool because it was a success, but when it came out, it was already like a cult classic.
Yeah, right.
Immediately.
Do you worry about your career? Like, do you check the box office when a movie comes out? I mean, be honest about it, because it seems like to me like you don't give a shit about all that, but maybe you do.
Yes and no. When I was early on in my career, there was a point where when I went back to school, I had done a few movies that I wish I hadn't done. And
this is when you're at UCLA and you go back to school.
This is right before.
Right.
And I did these movies because there's a point in your career, maybe you can empathize, where you don't, early on, you just kind of take what you can get. You just want work.
And that's fun.
Yeah.
Because you don't worry.
Yeah.
You're an actor. You want to act.
Exactly.
Right.
And then if you're fortunate, you start to get some success, and then you get choices.
Right.
And when that moment came, I was scared. I didn't know that, as an artist, I should do the things that I believe in. I should do the kinds of movies that I like, that I respect. I was still in this mentality of like, oh, you need to build a career. And so I'd listen to advice that was that was pointing in the direction of career building. And so
agents were like telling you stuff to do.
Yeah, and
So what movies did you choose?
Well, the ones
I want to know what he did that he didn't.
The ones
like.
I didn't really like, and although I worked very hard on them, were like Tristan and Isolde, this like romantic medieval thing.
You in the medieval?
Yeah,
you need to be in Your Highness.
It was the early version of Your Highness,
right?
Without the comedy, and then Annapolis was the boxing one, and then I did this other one called Flyboys, which, I mean, they all had elements that you could think, okay, yeah, it could be good, and then.
So when you read the scripts, you weren't even that turned on by them, but guys said, hey, listen, work with this director, work with these guys, this will make money, and you start to make all your decisions like that. It's like a committee.
Yeah, sort of.
So now you read the scripts and you say, hey, this is what I want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's working out.
Or these are the people that I want to work with. And Sean, so here's the thing. Sean Penn gave me advice early on. I met him long before Milk, and we had a dinner one time, and
how's that'll come about? I'd like to go to dinner with him.
Yeah, it was great. It was as a young actor, it was a dream.
How do you get that dinner?
He saw the movie I did about James Dean, and he really liked it. And
didn't you start smoking for that movie? Like, didn't you smoke 2 packs a day?
That's true. That's true. That's a Trivial Pursuit question.
Yeah.
No, it really is in Trivial Pursuit. Which actor started smoking and didn't talk to his family for 3 months for a role? James Franco.
You're one of those actors.
Now, why couldn't you talk to your family?
So wait a second.
Because I was a young extreme actor, and
Yeah, but aren't you in character on all your? Where was it on this new movie you just did? This one called Spring Breakers, which by the way is fucking hardcore, and we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay, good.
But Spring Breakers. Didn't you stay in character on set the whole time, like Daniel Day-Lewis?
Yeah, what is he, Lincoln? What
you're like one of those maniacs, right?
No.
All the
Who is your character in Spring Breakers?
All right, let's talk about Spring Breakers.
All right, go ahead.
So I play a character named Alien.
Right. And
it's
you're a bad
great
dude.
character. It's maybe my favorite character that I've ever played.
You're a bad guy in this.
I'm bad, but as he says, he's a gangster with a heart of gold,
right.
and he is in a way. He's complicated. He's not just a bad drug dealer.
Don't you like rape Selena Gomez in this movie?
I don't rape her.
You don't?
No.
Don't you bang 2 of these broads at the same time?
I do that. Yes.
I'm looking forward to this movie.
Yeah. You'll like
Selena Gomez, and who's the other chick?
So the actresses were Selena Gomez, Vanessa Hudgens from High School Musical.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
So you're getting Disney girls.
Yeah, and then Ashley Benson from this show called Pretty Little Liars.
And you bang all of them in the movie, right?
I have a threesome with Ashley Benson's character and Vanessa's character.
Look, it's you.
Yeah.
Did you get hard during
But how do you stay in character?
What?
How do we know you're in character?
If you're in a love scene,
yeah, I get boned up the whole time.
You got boner.
I got boner in just being in a bathtub with the chick. It wasn't even a love scene. They had to stop the shoot so I could stand up and rest.
Now tell me this: on that shoot, who was the crew? Were they all friends? Were they all people that you knew?
I didn't know any of them.
You didn't care.
I was like, I can't control that thing. I'm boned up now hearing about you and Vanessa Hudgens.
You're just comfortable, I guess.
No, you know what it is? It's like I'm in character, man. I'm
doing
he's like
yourself.
Yeah, and I would have had a boner.
You better get a boner.
You
He's like a 13-year-old.
When you do a love scene with these 2 girls in bed, and it's a threesome.
No, it's in a pool.
In
threesome's in a pool. Yeah.
You don't get hard at all because you're into it. You're losing yourself in the moment.
You do lose yourself when they say action.
Right.
You go for it. You kiss. You're not really having sex, but you just you kiss as you would. I mean that's one of the things.
That's why they call it action.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I'd finish in that pool.
They get some action.
No,
but,
let me understand something. So you didn't get boned up in the pool scene?
No.
Wow.
I mean, I'm sure everybody I'm sure you asked that to everybody, every actor that comes on here.
Because I'm honest.
My guess is most of them say no because
they don't want to look like they're heathens.
No, because it's a different thing unless you're doing a porn and it's like you need to perform in that way. It's a different kind of mindset, I think.
Didn't you do a porn when you were a young man? You did a sex tape. Seriously.
Oh.
You did, right?
No, it wasn't professional in any way. It was with my girlfriend.
With the same one from high school?
No. No, we never made one.
That one didn't get published?
No, because that was before.
Before the video camera.
You know, it wasn't anything bad. It was an innocent thing we made for ourselves. It wasn't like, Screech, where we made it for public consumption or something.
Right. You didn't do that?
Do you ever go back and watch your bad movies?
Every once, not because, if it comes up or something, actually, I don't. I haven't seen a lot of those movies in a long time.
Yeah, I would think it would be painful if you don't like them.
But what is it like when you're walking through a room and one of your movies pops up? That's gotta be kind of cool. Or do you sit there and watch it for a while, or do you leave, or you change the channel?
I'd watch it.
I don't. I mean, if there's a reason to watch it, like sometimes I'll have a project. And I get criticized for this sometimes because it seems like I'm so interested in myself or something. But I actually like, this is a whole thing we can get into a conversation about, but sometimes I'll use previous work I've done for a different kind of project. So if I have a project like that where I'm re-performing a role that I did for an art project, I'll watch it. But I generally don't watch it. Like, Spider-Man or something will come up a lot. And it's not like, it's like I sit down, I got to watch this again,
Yeah, but so, speaking of Spider-Man, I know I'm all over the place with this interview, but I'm curious about you. Spider-Man, you wanted to be Spider-Man. And
you guys, I remember this.
Yeah.
Now, we're talking like 10, maybe more years ago.
Yeah.
I remember this. This is my one interaction with you guys. I was asked to do Spider-Man by Sam Raimi. I auditioned for the role of Peter Parker, Spider-Man.
Right.
It was a big moment. I had, I don't think James Dean was even out.
Right.
I did this movie called City by the Sea with Robert De Niro. That wasn't out. And so the next thing I was asked to do was Spider-Man. And I remember I did this screen test for him. It was a extravagant screen test.
Were you pissed you had to do a screen test?
No, at that time, not at all. It was a big honor, and they probably spent like $20,000 on these screen tests. It was more than probably like James Dean, the whole film cost.
Did they put you in the costume and the whole thing?
Yeah, put me in ward. I mean, not the Spider-Man costume, the Peter Parker costume.
Right.
And I did really well, I think, and they kept me waiting 6 weeks before they gave me an answer.
Right.
And I was dying. I mean, I was so eager to get this role. My manager at the time actually fired me because I'd call him every day asking about it. And he gave me to his partner, and now I've been with his partner ever since.
Can't he understand that you're a young actor, anxious for the role of a lifetime? I mean,
look, the guy's got lots of clients. He's busy.
I'm sure he could understand, the first 3 weeks, but then every day the next 3 weeks. And
were you thinking paycheck on that one? Because like if you got the Peter Parker role and you're in every one of the franchise movies, I mean, you're set for life, right?
I honestly. And I want to tell you guys what you guys said.
Yeah, because I want to get back to that.
It was you and Robin. So, so finally,
what did we do?
Finally, there was I had heard, because I was checking up every day, that they were interested in Toby, but he didn't want to audition. And then there was one morning where I was shooting on the Sony lot. I think I was still doing James Dean at that point, and I drove onto the lot. And my car drove past this other car, and it was Toby was getting out, and we kind of locked eyes as my car drove by. And wow. I kind of knew, my heart sunk, because I knew in that moment, like, I bet he gets this role now. Yep. And he did soon after. So they told me, all right, you didn't get it. I was very upset, and then.
Like when you talk upset, I mean like depression, because you bugged your agent every day for 6 weeks. I mean, because
your heart was on the line.
You would have been good for that role.
Yeah, I mean, I here's, and now you, again, you probably won't believe me, but I honestly think Toby was the best guy for that role. He had both sides. He could play the nerd very well, but he could also play the you know what I'm thinking with you, the guy that comes out.
Maybe you were too good looking, because Toby actually isn't that, like, he's like, yeah, he could be Peter Parker because you'd believe he was a geek. Like, no one would believe you were a geek because you're good looking.
I mean, Toby models for Prada and stuff.
Now he does.
Now that he's Toby Maguire.
But he might have been a douche in high school, right?
He played the nerd really well.
Right,
I'll say that, yeah.
I know Toby. Toby's done the show by the time.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
So anyway, get back to this.
Okay, so then Sam Raimi, the director, came back to me and said, hey, I really like you. I know I didn't cast you in that role. I want to work with you. Will you play the best friend role? And at that time, because I thought I was, I was a very serious young actor, I actually said, well, Sam, I have to think about it. Because...
Asshole.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I had... In hindsight, I did the right thing. I said yes. But at the time, I had, an offer on, these cool little indie films. And I thought, well, do I do the cool indie film or do Spider-Man? And also at the time, there weren't a lot of these successful superhero movies out.
No.
The only one that was really
Batman.
cool was Tim Burton's Batman films.
Right.
And so it was like, do I want to be the best friend in this movie that might, be silly? I don't know. So I had to think about it. And somehow that got out, that I said, thought about it. And so you guys said, James Franco had to think about doing Spider-Man. Yeah, right. So that's what you guys said. So.
Well, hey, man, jump it. Well, we were right, weren't we?
But I did think about it. I was an idiot for, having to consider it. But I did think
No, I
about
get it because you were disappointed that you didn't get the Spider-Man role. And you're like, now I'm second best and all this kind of crap. Meanwhile, who knows ultimately, like, you think Spider-Man help Toby's career in the long run? Because sometimes you do get stereotyped.
You get stuck, yeah.
It's I'm sure it was a tough thing because he was so identified with those films. He certainly got opportunities, and the way the movie business works, it's called the movie business for a reason. So being, a big star after that movie certainly helped, and he did get, some good jobs. He did.
That one with the horse,
Seabiscuit, yeah. I remember I wanted that one too, but
and
it
he
was
got
like,
that. Do you like him? Are you friends with him?
Yeah.
He's a tough guy to work with, though, right? Isn't he like all moody and shit?
He's not.
Is he?
He's not moody. I worked with him 3 times, so I know him, as well as anybody. As far as his acting behavior, he's not moody. He's just extremely meticulous. He wants to talk about every single thing, which is, if you have the time, it's great.
Right. If you don't, though, it could be a real pain in the ass.
Were
right?
you busy? Was he bothering you?
No, not with me.
You say that.
He wants to talk about it with the director, and that's what Sam likes too. Sam Raimi loves to talk about every single thing. So there, it was a match made in heaven. And
So when you say talk about everything, you're talking about like, hey man, like why is Spider-Man eating yogurt? Like
why is Peter Parker?
It's a little more. No, it's more in depth than that.
It's like, hey Sam, I want to eat yogurt in this scene, but why would Spider-Man be eating yogurt? And if he's eating yogurt, what's the backstory on the yogurt?
No.
Does it get that deep?
Yogurt even has a backstory.
That's the horrible,
But I did the Larry Sanders show one time, and Gary, I guess, was taking acting lessons, so he wanted to eat yogurt in the scene, and I just remember it was like he was discussing with the director whether he should eat yogurt and what would be his. Why would I be eating
serious.
Yogurt? Oh yeah, he was. It wasn't
like a bit.
Serious. No.
This wasn't for the show. Yeah.
And I go, guys, I'm going on the Tonight Show in about 15 minutes, and I got to get the fuck out of here. Just eat the goddamn yogurt, and don't even think about why you're eating it. It's fine.
Exactly.
Well, I also want to get back to how he stays in character when he's this is a modern day.
So here's what I heard. I heard. On the new movie Spring Breakers, which is coming out in theaters right now.
No, let me finish with Toby, though. His notes are always smart. The discussions are always smart.
You're second guessing what you just said?
No, not at all. I just don't want it to sound like I'm saying, Toby was asking about eating yogurt. No.
What's he doing now, Toby?
He's got a new movie
coming out in Great Gatsby.
Gatsby, yeah.
Is he in touch with you a lot? Like, do you guys talk, or is it like once you do a movie, that's it, you move on?
We're in touch, actually. Actually, he's... I think he's a producer on a movie I'm going to do called Good People. He produces a lot of films.
Right. Yeah. So you're friends with the guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I go to the house. I used to go to the house.
What happened?
Okay, so
now he's married.
What happened?
We're just busy. He's got 2 kids.
What's his story? Who are you seeing?
Nobody right now.
Yeah, you're dating somebody. No, I'll tell you the name. You want to know the name of who you're dating? Don't lie to me. I'll look it up. I got a fucking pile of notes here. Who are you seeing?
If you look at your internet sources, then you're going to have like 5 names.
Yeah, I mean, you're a busy boy. You think you'll ever get married? You think you ever will?
First of all, my parents had a great marriage, and they stayed together the whole life.
It's not your thing, though. You got too many options.
No, he's looking for greatness.
I appreciate, being with one person. I've had, a few very long relationships. And
rumor is you're dating your co-star Ashley Benson. Let's be upfront about
From
it.
this movie?
So now that's what we're getting into.
Oh wow, look at her. Oh yeah, I could teach her a lesson or two. You young guys don't know what you're doing.
She needs a lesson. Right?
She needs a lesson. She needs to learn.
Is that your type? Is that your type? What's your
Sure,
type?
she's my type. Yeah, what's my type?
You got a lot of types.
I'm a vagina man. Anybody got one of those? They're my type. Are you crazy? Yeah, she's cute. Is she your girl or what?
No.
You claiming her for your?
No.
No history there? No, you didn't fall in love on set? That happens a lot, though, right? You fall in love on set?
So here's the thing on set.
Go ahead.
I had these 3 beautiful young actresses.
Yeah.
And then plus the director's wife played the 4th girl. So she was off limits.
Right.
Selena Gomez was dating
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
I think they've broken up, but they were dating when we did the movie.
Is she too young for you? How old are you now?
I'm 34, so yeah.
So if you date an 18-year-old, you'll fuck it. I mean, you'll date an 18-year-old, right?
Well, he didn't want to get beat up by Justin Bieber. That would be, not a thing.
Yeah.
Would you date an 18-year-old seriously?
A very mature age.
Yeah, very much like a Selena Gomez. Very mature girl.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
You would.
You have. Come on.
Once I hit 30, that's
What's your cutoff at 30?
I mean, 20s are still fine.
Yeah, that's okay.
Right?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I say, hey, why not?
They're adults. They've been through, hopefully been through college.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
I thought it was odd this week. I heard people making a big noise that Bradley Cooper was dating a 20-year-old. I was like, what?
Oh,
Bradley's not that old.
I thought he
Bradley
Zoe
was
Zaldana.
No, he broke up with her.
Oh, really?
He was in here. He was seeing Zoe.
I heard your interview with him, actually. It was really good.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
I'm following his model.
Yeah.
You guys had
you had a good time.
It was funny, but he didn't destroy himself.
Right.
You're going on that pattern, okay.
A good pattern to go on.
That's what I'm trying.
You're walking a very funny line.
Wait, you know what I got to ask you?
It was funny, but it wasn't the Brett Ratner.
No.
Okay.
I'm trying to
We know
do
where
that
we
too.
don't want to go. Yeah.
Hey, answer this question.
Yeah.
Okay. The whole Anne Hathaway Oscars thing.
Okay.
All right, let me revisit it
Now,
for a
if
second.
we can revisit, I'm happy to revisit this.
Go ahead.
But you're going to have to take the lead.
Good.
And if you want to talk about it, you're going to have to give your opinions, okay?
I'll give you my opinion.
Okay.
My opinion on that whole thing when you hosted the Academy Awards with Anne Hathaway was this. And it sort of gets... I think Anne Hathaway is a fabulous actress. I truly do.
Yeah. She gave 2 great performances last year.
Absolutely, right? Yeah. But I think, everyone sort of hates Anne Hathaway. And I've explained that I do, too, and I don't even know why sometimes.
Okay.
But the reason I don't like her...
Okay.
And you tell me if you think this is what's happening. She's sort of like...
She does not want me talking about this, but okay.
All right. Who cares what she wants? It's what we want.
Okay.
She's not here right now.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Tell her to come in if she
Tell
wants
her to come in.
Right. Are you still friendly with her, by the way?
We haven't talked in a while, no.
Okay. My thought on that is that she's just so affected actressy that even when she wins an award, she's out of breath, and then she has the standard joke that sounds like it's written, and it all seems so scripted and acted.
Yeah.
It's just, she comes off like the goody two-shoe actress. And it's just fun to sort of hate her. And I hate's a strong word, but dislike her, even though she is a great actress.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
I'm not an expert on, I guess they're called Hatha-haters.
Right. I never heard that.
Yeah.
Hatha-haters.
But I think maybe that's what triggers it.
How'd you get into being the host of the Oscars anyway? It doesn't even seem like something you want to do.
With all your deliberation, why would you take that gig?
Seemed like fun, maybe.
I don't know. It seems like a no-win.
I'll tell you the history of how it happened. And then if you guys want to talk about the show itself, because I'm going to have to read about a bunch of quotes of James is still talking about the Oscars.
No,
and you guys are the ones that
I'm going on record. I'm bringing it up.
You're initiating.
I'm bringing it up.
Okay.
It's a huge risk.
It's a big risk. So the Oscars that year were produced by a man named Bruce Cohen, who actually just produced Silver Linings Playbook.
Right.
And he had produced Milk, and he had produced American Beauty. So he was, he's a good producer. And because I had done Milk with him, And I guess because I'm not quite sure why he asked me, but I think it was because we had done Milk, because he knew me, and then I had done a small bit on the Oscars the previous year with Seth Rogen, where we played our Pineapple Express characters and sort of made fun of the nominees that year, and it was a big hit.
Right. So you got known as the funny guy who possibly could be the host of the Oscars.
I guess that's why he asked me. But he asked me. I told him, I knew he was producing, and I said, hey, I had a great time doing that little bit with Seth last time. I'd be happy to do something for your show.
Right.
And we talked like that way for months. And then he came to me and he said, you know what? I've got a great idea. Why don't you host? And it was like, whoa, that's
a big deal.
Crazy.
Yeah, right.
I never even thought that would, I would be ever asked to do that. Not only that, at that time, I think 127 Hours was already out and was getting a lot of attention, and I was, they were doing an Oscar push for that.
Yeah, so you probably figured, hey, I'm probably going to be nominated, and why not be the host too? It'll be like my slam dunk year.
In a way, but I also, and people can believe me or not, I was getting a lot of attention, but so was Colin Firth. And people were already saying, Colin Firth is going to win.
Right.
If there's any sure bet this year, it's Colin Firth is going to win the Oscars. And even the night of, the day of the Oscars, I heard interviews like, it is like I can't remember. I don't follow football, but whoever was in the Super Bowl that year, it's as if that team was going to play a high school football team. It's that sure.
Yeah.
And so that was the attitude. And
did you want the Oscar really badly? I get it. I mean, why not?